Another Tuesday, another update for Modern Warfare, this being the first refresh of Season 2 and all that comes along with it. Now, while it's relatively normal in terms of what we've seen as of recent times, it also may be a little bit disappointing for those that may have been hoping for something special, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But regardless of the outlook, today we're going to be breaking down everything that changed, everything that's new, and what it leaves on the table for things we still should keep an eye out for in the near future. So with that said, let me know your thoughts below. What part of the update do you enjoy the most? And as well, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe if you're a part of that nearly 70% of viewers who are not subscribed to stay up to date with all things Modern Warfare on a daily basis. We'll keep you up to date with absolutely anything you need to know. But anyways, let's get into it. First things first, this wasn't a title update. It wasn't anything like last week where we saw that you had upwards of almost 60 gigabytes of data to download. It's just simply a restart to your game, and that's it. You can jump right into it. You don't need to waste any time sitting around waiting for the game to download the update. When you actually jump into the game, though, you'll notice that the main menu has changed in terms of the featured game modes and what we have on offer this week, that including Rust 1v1, NVG Reinforced, and of course the Gunfight Tournaments are still going on. So though this playlist update came out way later than it should have by a couple of hours, you should now finally be able to jump in and experience all these modes for yourselves. But let's start out with NVG Reinforced. We discussed it a little bit as of yesterday in the things to look out for, but just as a recap in here to give you the full rundown of what you're going to be doing, it's a hybrid mode between the likes of domination, search and destroy, and with a mixture of search and rescue, where you can be revived instead of just having one life per round. But you start out with one life, and you're tasked with the objectives of either capturing all 3 flags on the battlefield or taking out all the enemies on the other team. Really comes down to however you want to play it. The catch, though, is that if you end up capturing an enemy flag, it will revive one of your teammates, bringing a player back onto the battleground that otherwise wouldn't be available. So it's something that really kind of plays this cat and mouse feature of the gameplay, in which you can either try and play stealthy and try and take out other players and potentially have some element of surprise, but you could also jump onto a flag to try and even the odds, but also at the same time, though, giving away your position to the enemies. Now, the flags don't take as long as they do to capture in, say, domination, so they're relatively quicker and they're not as dangerous to sit on, but you're still going to give away your position, to which they could set up a pinch, they could set up some sort of play, so it really comes down to how you want to play it. Throughout all of this, the first team to 4 rounds ends up winning the match, and that's your NVG Reinforced. Honestly, a fun little game mode. I really enjoyed Reinforced when it was around. As of right now, I'm still enjoying the NVG aspect of it. Whether or not that'll stick here for the next week or so, we'll have to wait and see, but it's fun for right now. Then, of course, you have your 1v1 on Rust, which is exactly what you'd think. The old school grudge matches have come back, baby. It is not something where you're going to be able to jump into this and take it lightly. There's definitely going to be some people you experience and meet up in this playlist that are going to be out for blood. So know that going in. You might want to get your sweatbands going into this, but it's a lot of fun and, of course, brings back some nostalgia and some memories that you may have from back in the day. And then finally, Gunfight Tournaments is something that's still going on for the next week here. It is something where 32 teams can enter in, but only one team will reign supreme. It's going to put you up in the gauntlet through 4 different rounds if you can make it all the way through the very end, but you'll end up getting different rewards each time you end up progressing, whether that be XP, whether that be a calling card, some charms, or at the very end of the MP7 Riptide as that overall victory reward. It is something you can jump in and take advantage of. Now, personally, like I said, the reward itself looks pretty dope. The MP7 Riptide variant looks really cool, but you also probably lose a lot of the visuals if you change any of the attachments, because like we mentioned before, it's not my personal cup of tea in terms of the attachments that come pre-built with it. So bear that going in mind. Right now, it seems there still is a bunch of issues with connectivity, with rewarding players their rewards that they earned. So hopefully that stuff is ironed out here over the next day or two, so that for the next week while this is available, it can just be something players jump into and enjoy their entirety of while they're grinding out, and again, going for those bragging rights. A nice welcome surprise when it comes to playlist updates, as well as that we now see the new introduction of Flotation Oxidation, which is a 5v5 mosh pit between Shipment and Rust. So personally, for me, wanting to go for challenges and really wanting to get those CQC engagements in, getting some of the stuff done, Shipment is back and I'm in love with that, but it also doesn't get rid of that playlist where you had just Rust and you could just cycle through anything you wanted here. So kind of like Shoot the Ship, but again, just with Rust instead of Shoot House. So you may be able to take advantage of this if you're really into it. I know that I am. But all in all, those are the playlist updates made this week. We do still have a couple that have double XP on them, like Flotation Oxidation and Gunfight. As well, Free For All still seems to have it as well, and in Hardcore hardcore free-for-all and hardcore rust and shipment seem to have it, but we'll see if those last. Additionally, in terms of changes made, Tovorsk District was added back into the rotation for ground war maps. It was previously removed to seemingly get rid of some bugs, but still a little too early on to see just exactly what that was changed. Next up, slightly shifting gear, we'll end up talking about the shop updates and refreshes here at this. We got 3 new featured items within the store this week, and honestly, for the first time in a while, I think that all of them are actually pretty solid here. Firstly, let's talk about the Tracer Pack Anime. This one being firstly for 1,800 COD points, you end up getting the Breakup M4A1 variant, the Casanova P90 blueprint, the Love Bomb Charm, the Luscious sticker, and the Skirting Death calling card. Now, the interesting part about this is that, of course, firstly, if you're into colorful, vibrant camos, the P90 and the M4, you definitely can't beat those in terms of how vibrant they are. But the interesting part about the M4A1 in particular is this is literally the buyable version of the Season 0 reward for the OG. The only difference is, 1, it's pink, 2, it doesn't have the underbarrel grenade launcher, and 3, it's got the 458 SOCOM rounds equipped and built into it. The big modifier, though, is that this ends up having the same carry handle as that of the M16 from the original Call of Duty days. This carry handle was previously unique to the M4A1 OG variant, that Season 0 reward for reaching the max rank, but now you have the ability to get it here in the shop again, though it is pink. But if you missed out on it, or you really like just the carry handle of the variant in the OG, you can pick this one up. Additionally, though, you can change it out if you want to keep with that pink design. It does have the SOCOM rounds equipped, which will sacrifice a little bit of that ammo capacity, but add a little bit more damage. So do with that what you will. Then we end up seeing the Tactical Human 3, this coming along with the Vespertine Uzi, which reminds me a lot of the Spitfire Mark II and Black Ops 4, the Greenback X16, the Tactics Tracker Watch, the Precision Point finishing move, the You're Done Quip, the Lace Your Boots calling card, the Bolted sticker, and 1 tier skip, all for 2,000 COD points. Honestly, design-wise, I absolutely love the look of these. I just wish it wasn't for the one Uzi, the worst SMG in the game, and probably one I won't touch again since I got Platinum SMGs. But the X16 is still looking really cool as well. Would it be my first choice for a pistol? No, but overall the design is awesome, so I hope to see this kind of design continue onto other weapons, like how we saw the anime style continue on from firstly the AUG to now the M4 and the P90 that we see introduced today. And the final introduction here comes along with the Hazardous bundle, which is available for 1,500 COD points. You'll end up getting the Fuel Rod AX50, the Isotoper 1911, the Containment Charm, and the Toxic Event emblem. Now, question that I gotta ask is, are we sensing some more BR teasers here with this? Seems a little bit coincidental, doesn't it? But either way, they look incredibly cool, and honestly, I'm a huge fan of, I think, definitely the anime pack. I know it's not realistic, but 1, I think it's kind of funny, to be honest with you, and 2, it's pretty vibrant, and I have no issue with that. Again, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but me personally, this one's tempting. And also, there's that Hazardous bundle, that AX50, man, you're gonna make me act up with that one. That looks so sick, in my opinion. I really do enjoy the Vespertine Uzi. I just wish it wasn't for the Uzi, and I wish it wasn't a part of a bundle with a ton of other stuff that I really don't care for, thus jacking the price up. But the other stuff is definitely pretty cool. I think this might have been our best shop update that we've seen in quite some time. So do with that what you will. That is the update here for what changed with that. But one thing you'll notice here out of today's update that didn't change is that elusive classified main menu tile icon. It did not update today to allow us to access the Warzone game mode, that rumored battle royale, or we say rumored, but really it's just the worst kept secret. It's gonna be happening. It's a thing. There is irrefutable evidence that showcases that Warzone is going to be happening. It just is a matter of when, but it was not today. That was a big rumor going around that we see this unlock and players would be able to jump into Warzone as of today, but unfortunately, that's not the case. So I guess the next best guess could be maybe next Tuesday, or that previously mentioned discussion that we had about it coming out in early March. That's been reported by a couple of outlets, though of course there's been no official date set or anything confirmed, so it really could be at any point. We're just now left wondering and kind of twiddling our thumbs in the meantime. But other than that, there really wasn't anything all that big. But the one thing that I'm honestly, I gotta say, a little frustrated about is the fact that this was a scheduled playlist update. This happens every single week, but for whatever reason, and it's happened a couple of times, it seems to always be late. These are things that are known for an entire week. There's an entire week to plan them. I just personally don't understand why update notes and why the actual playlists can't go live at that time when the shop schedule ends up happening. That's on time, but the other stuff, I'm just a little curious as to why that can't just go live at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time like as always. Again, it's not something that seemingly cuts anybody off guard, but multiple times throughout this year, we have seemingly regularly scheduled things just come way later than they should. But anyways, that's we're gonna wrap it up here with that. That's the update. Again, it was just kind of more so just a clockwork update. Wasn't anything that dropped anything major or anything that we saw coming out of nowhere, but instead was just our normal update for a regular old Tuesday. We may end up seeing something as of this upcoming Tuesday if we end up getting something that follows the similar pattern as to season 1, in which we got a new map the second week after the season's launch, but we don't know until then. So that said, keep your eyes open, but that's everything here with that. So let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Is there anything in particular you guys enjoyed here out of these playlists or out of the shop updates, whatever it is? Feel free to let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. But hopefully enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare, updates, news, information, tips, tricks, all that good stuff. We got you covered here on the channel. So if any of that interests you, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitter and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I can live on both those. If you guys want to string up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, that link is down there in the description below. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.